Hey guys. Nobody can stop reggae. Ndishiya zvekuita ndapedza basa makuseni uko kwandavata usiku hwose. So now I'm trying. Hi guys. I'll try not to be too loud. Mfana wangu basa, she's working right now. Hi guys. We titambe. Let's talk about money. I'm not an expert, but I have a few, one or two things that we can share. And disclaimer, it's nothing to do with my drama. Actually, it came into my head because pani ndakanzwa kuti pane munhu akakanda statement rekuti mari yese ari kuvhaira naye mari yemarounds, and I was laughing because I haven't, as much as I haven't played marounds in a very long time, in years. There was a time I was playing marounds and made a lot of money, not made a lot of money, saved a lot of money, and it worked for me because vangani venyu panapa vanoita zvemarounds. Saka my statement iri zvandotaura kuti pandonyora pauro pangu apa, don't attach it to a person at most, and then ndichitongotaurawo zvinhu zvinotongori out there zvinobatsirawo vamwe vanhu. So like I said, ndakangoona restatement apparently I was told kuti pane munhu akamenshana kuti mari dzemarounds kudini kuti few days ago akataura kuti aya mari dzacho idzodzo imari dzemarounds dzaanovhaira nadzo. It wasn't referring to that one. It was referred to zvanga zvitaurwa nezvangu after ndaita live yangu. So I was just saying, let's just discuss ways of saving money. Mari dzemarounds idzodzidzi, and I know a lot of people. Ina handishamaita because after a while you unodhila nevamwe vanhu vanonetsa zvokuti you just don't want to do it again. It's not worth it after a while. Uchidhila nevanhu vasiri trustworthy. But kuita marounds is actually a very good thing, of a way of saving money. Let me tell you how I did it a few years ago, several years ago. Actually, ndichitori kuZimbabwe ndaitamba marounds, and zvaindibatsira pakuti instead of kuenda uchikenini kunodya mari yacho, you put it together uchiziva kuti every Friday or every 2 weeks you have kubhadhara round iroro. So it does make a difference for those people who are not so disciplined, and at that time I wasn't a so disciplined person to say I could save money. Ndiri kungoseva kungoerekana yaseveka. Saka kana uchitamba marounds, you are finding yourself obligated kuti uribhadhare round iroro musi wari kufanirwa kudii kubhadharwa. So you find yourself putting that $20 away instead of going to spend it when you shouldn't be. Saka kana usina mari uchiziva kuti ukufanirwa kubhadhara around Friday, you avoid going to buy a pair of shoes that is unnecessary. Uine bhutsu dzakawanda kudhara mumba, like kana ukapinda mushoe store uine mari and you are not doing anything to put it away, it's very easy kuti ukwanise kudini ngobudisa mari iyo watotenga bhutsu wadii. At most zvinhu zvatinotenga zviri unnecessary. So marounds anobatsira kuti it helps you get disciplined with the money that you have, that you could be putting away, instead woshandisa zvinhu zvisiri izvi. So ndo basa remarounds, and like I said, you have to be doing this nevanhu vari trustworthy, because if you don't, then you are going to deal nenyaya dzekudhira nekuzoterana nevanhu vasiri kuda kudzosa, because normally if you are like caught in the position yekuti ndiwori kupiwa kwokupedzesera, which means you are getting all your money back, you're loaning each other money, you're giving each other money that you expect back. So it's not like uri kuenda uchingono uchirasa mari, you are putting money away that's supposed to come back to you. Although isingadzoke ne-interest, how many of you are able to just put away money in a bank and wait kuti ibhadhare interest? It's not easy just putting in that whole amount together. You can start off neround paunowana round rako woita musoro naro, instead of going on a shopping spree nekutenga zvinhu zvisina basa. You can go and start a CD account manje nemari idzodzo kana wacollecta back. That's the only time inini round makes sense kwandiri. Kuti once you collect your money, don't go on you can take some, yes, and go on a trip if that's how you want to do it, but don't use it all nezvinhu zvausingazoona kuti ndaitei the whole time that you've been actually saving for nothing, kuti ungoitambisa, might as well ungoitambisa right there. Try to do something productive nemari yako. How are these rounds? How do these rounds go? Inini, what I used to do is ekutanga ndaiita most that I've known for my life when I was in Harare. Pandaitamba marounds anga ari kupanana iwaye kuti this week ndinganopiwa, next week ndingopiwawo, next week opiwawo. And I did that as well kuno. When I came here, I found a group ranga rakazara a lot of Jamaican people vaita zvemarounds izvo. And those people were actually really good because they had 3 sets. Actually, they had 2 sets. But what I did is I went in twice over, like I would play like 2 people. And I put myself in my positions to akatera. And I could see, if I'm the one getting, you were getting those ones. They were really good because when you got your money, where I can want. There was a smaller one and a bigger one. So I put myself in 2 different positions whereby I paid twice over, like ndaibhadhara unge ndiri kubhadharira vanhu too. And by the time I got my money, I got mari yangu 2 weeks yakateedzana, of which the collection was like 15,000 for per hand paunoipiwa, and it came around every 10 months, 11 months. Saka imagine what I managed to put together during that time. And I used to work, ndaitoenda kuma extra shift kuti ndibhadharishi round iro every Monday, because mukadzi yaikollecta aipenga, you couldn't miss it. Was like shkweret, which is how you really supposed to treat it. You're supposed to treat it such shkweret because you are giving it to someone who is supposed to be giving it back, and they want their money on time. And if you can do that, so it's like I did it twice off. And at that time, my ex-husband's mother. So when I got mine, ndakazoi wanaichi double. And trust me, there's always need for money at that time. I was so grateful because at that time, that's when my father got sick and a lot of things were happening. So I imagine when you have a little money put away where you, obviously at that time I couldn't have saved it. That help you. I was not responsible enough to be saving money at that time. So I managed to put that money together. And my father died. I was able to fly home and see my father when he was sick, and came back and flew right back to bury my father. Because I was able to have that extra access to some money. Because at a different time, I would have probably not been able to go back home and bury my father. So I still appreciate the fact that there were those rounds being played. Unfortunately, the lady, Ailana Akazufa, so I decided not to continue. Then what I did is, with my 2 sisters, Kunoko, we decided we still wanted to save money, but we wanted to put it in a place where it would at least make a little change whilst it's sitting there. So what we did is we just decided, instead of kupanana mari chizi yakuti mwene omani ngachi anechi tichiziva kuti tete chizomirira kuti umwe munhu adine, and it was not making any interest. So what we did is I came up with the suggestion actually, and probably a couple of them, my sisters, are probably here listening. So what we did is we decided we were going to start putting money together. We opened a bank account together. Takangonovura a joint account, tiri3. So what we used to do is, during the time Taigara, I actually lived with one of them. We shared the place together. So what we would do is Taka decided that we're going to start it off with a specific amount, small amount. We actually opened that bank account near $50 each. So our plan was to raise as much money as we could within a year. And what we could do with this money is we would put money every week in it. This week $50 extra. Even if you found you had extra money every 2 days, you just communicate in a and say, guys, in internet $25. Instead of me going to dinner, don't spend $25. Is anyone willing to put in that amount? Hi everybody, I'm sorry. Sound ya endepi. Can you hear me now? Makundinzwa sorry ndogononge ndabata speaker makundinzwa. Can you hear me? Show me. Okay, so what we were doing is we had this joint account. So you couldn't just take money out of there, like imari yaitongogara mchonoti imari irimo. Saka every time we would put money in there, we used to work. I told my extra shifts, my weekends.
kuti put that money together. So we ended up putting money in there zvokuti taingofonerana taura kuti ndine extra money, are you able to chip in? We were supposed to go to instead of going to dinner to a bougie restaurant kwatino spend $50 or more, why don't we go and sit to McDonald's and have some ice cream, dollar menu, put the rest of the $20 into the bank account. And within 9 months, guys, within 9 months of doing that, and what are the benefits of this account with my Angaina account was, if you had money in there, you could you could borrow that money, you could borrow the equal amount that was in the account for you. Only your portion is what you could borrow, and you brought it back with an interest that would be split among the rest. That's how we did it, and it worked perfectly, because in my rounds I couldn't do my rounds Zimbabweans, because there was always somebody who was selfish. So instead, we just decided that we are going to just put it in there where it sits, and if you're borrowing your own money. So you really were not stress. Guys, we saved money, and I swear, in 9 months, we were able. 9 months later, we were able to split $10,000 each from that account. And we started over again and did the same thing. And as I speak now, one of my friends actually went and managed to buy her house. She did a down payment on her house. She was able to get a down payment to do it, to down pay for her house. And the other one, akatozvindisa kuchikoro nemarounds iwayo. Saka, there's some benefit of some sort in putting money away. Sometimes having money at home, like we do, is usually unnecessary. Then if you want to save bigger, there are investments. I don't know to. There are people that can talk you into investments, like mama. Hi Kaya, how are you? So there are people who lead into talk to financial advice. Hold on, they can just my other device so I can see if they are trying to call into this. So they are financial advisors. Meaning later in life I learned, I started being more disciplined as a mother raising children. You start realizing you need some insurance on stuff, and you need money on the side in case of emergencies. It's not good to just be always dry, especially kana mwari vakakukomborera zvako nechipo chekushanda. So marounds, find the right people to do it with. And like I say, I stopped zvekupanana mari nevanhu zvokuti unopa munhu mari. Open. Yes, it's my point. You're right. It's very hard to save at times, especially especially when there is stuff everywhere. She's always on sale. You find yourself, you're spending a lot of money on unnecessary things. Unotenga boots 100 pairs, you wear them once, and if you really look back. Since we came discipline chaiyo tanga tisina, because tatine dzungu rokuti akabva kuAfrica kwataitengerwa boots 1 per Christmas. The amount of money we have messed up and lost in doing all these things, it's a lot of money. If you had put it together, you'd have actually done something. I'm not a financial advisor, and how the little ways of saving money, like I'm saying, you can team up 2 or 3 of you, open a bank account together, and you just bank your money, which is split at a certain time. And when you split, don't take it all out. Leave $100 and start it over. But eventually, you are going to start enjoying the benefits of having a little money put away. Because it's good to work hard and it's good to spoil yourself. But sometimes they're spoiling yourself to the point whereby you kuchema kuvanhu kana nhamo yauya, when you actually had all the corners, you had all the tunnels open for you dzekuti ukwanise kusave, put away some money. It's one thing that is not a good thing, I can tell you for a fact. Hold on, I think pane munhu angachida kufona. If there's anyone here who wants to share ideas on how to save money, and like ndangokudza itwangu twekugeto twekuti taimbopanana marounds tikazodidi. Let me see, someone here tried to call. Let me update this. Let me see. Yeah, so there are ways of saving money. And honestly, kana yakuya, it's all mari yako imari yako. And vanopanana zvinhu, it's all good too. Vanoita marounds, mchipana marounds esipo. Zvinhu zvinobatsira because there's always the beauty of having stuff in bulk. Mumba wakangotenga in bulk. Wholesale is great because kana mchita maround mchipani ngisipo. It's better than you going to buy kaba uchiana kanga wine bulk rako mumba. Mari yangu achida kutenga sipo every day. Anti wakudini wakuneita put away. Somebody was trying to call me. Were you trying to call into the program and talk? Kana kuti you were just calling. If you were calling about the program, just try to call again so I can add you. If anybody here wants to contribute to this, because I know Kutanzi, the gossip column always sends stuff, not that Jakandibo or anything, but I just thought maybe this is one thing to come and just talk about it and just put ideas out there and tell people, you could actually save a lot of money by putting it together. The discipline you have when you know you have to give people money, even if it's yours that's coming back to you, but knowing this week, you have to send it there and the money has to go to that person. So you are going to work extra hard just so you can, okay, Maitawa, let me add you, just so you can be able to get that money. You have managed to put that money. Honestly, you may not even have been able to do it without the help of it being with somebody else where you are waiting, my money is coming back to me. I'm calling someone here. Can you answer? Hi,
hello.
Did
you write my story? Say Twin.
I'm good. Do you welcome to contribute to this? Let's just do this. Tanyanya Malaiva, Sinamsoro.
I know. It's also imagine with my team, Patakaita, here to my birthday groups.
Mm-hmm.
So what we've done, Munoesani birthday month and it. So about birthday 12, but birthday month pedu, Tropanama 250, 200 pounds every month. So per birthday Paco, from the 12 people, you get a lump sum.
Mm-hmm.
So it's once a year when we do that. Then from there, we decide so on your birthday, what should you do? So can I start party? The 12 sisters will be there for your party.
Mm-hmm.
And you buy something, whatever you want from there. Mm-hmm. Then it's monthly again. Yet no panana like my 200 pounds each month.
Mm-hmm.
And you put 36 on the 6th, half.
Mm-hmm.
Like in 3 months you'll be getting something. So it's a way of saving equity you don't even think. Then there's this one, Amenovan Birmingham, if you know it, the city saver. It will take money from my account every week. It end up to this city savers bank account.
Mm-hmm.
And it will and it will request that to have that.
Also, it auto debits. But city saver, it auto debits from your account to a certain account.
Yes.
That it saves it there. In each one of my interest, is that what you're saying?
Each one of my interest.
Okay.
Yes, can a loan from there. You can take loan on a lower rate,
mm-hmm.
not my bank rate. You get a loan from a lower rate,
mm-hmm.
And you can just go and take that money from that city saver account and
good.
So it's a way of saving. If I tell you in that city saver account, I've saved something like 10,000.
Oh, nice.
In that city saver account. So you don't even know Kutimune Mari unless what you requested to see how much you've got.
Sweet.
So I just thought we could just help each other as ladies and just go for it. Saving is good, right way. But not £100. Sometimes these little things, and even £5. When we work with a year, not my 52 weeks.
You start
my 50 weeks took my 52 weeks challenge. You could vanonotanga nepound. Ichikwira first week unoisa pound, second week unoisa 2 pounds, third week unoisa 3 pounds. You end up saving something like 1.5 a year through that 52 weeks challenge. So you can do that. That's the simplest. Yeah,
I know a few people who've actually told me about that, and some number participators, but it's actually a good one because when I looked at the figures, they make a lot of sense. Where you are like, wow, I could have.
It does.
And
it does. ndinowapa 5 pounds a week. Saka ndakavatengera zigaba sorihombe soziseving jar recoke ravanoisa. Saka ndakavadzidzisa kuti every week unoisa pound rako, second week unoisa imwe, third week unoisa imwe. Saka because chijachi chatokura.
Aiwa chinokura because
they are learning to save for this. For themselves, and takwenda holiday, I don't give them holiday money. They've got their own holiday.
They have their own money. Good. Nice. Auntie Murkunzgo, my ideas are and that's actually a lot of beautiful ideas. I've come across quite a few of them, and like we're saying, guys, it's good to just have a little money put away because
it's not Oshanda, yes. Like city saver, it's not you have to put every month with city saver, or you can just stop the direct debit for that month, and then the following month will continue. But I would advise saying like you say,
yes, it's good to know kutunayo, but at the same time, if you take it whereby you know you are owing that money back and don't act like imari inengeri yako, but when you treat it like chikweleti, you actually are encouraged to work harder you are able to do something.
Exactly, because if I had spent this past I would have done better.
And like the beauty of having a little extra money, like in bulk, is like you have better choices of things to use that money on. And like you kind of car dealership win $5. How many are there? What chances of getting the right car that you want? And like when you walk in there with $5,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And how much do you have? 5,000
and ukapinda 5,000 ukatuda motikari 20,000, it's very easy for you.
But 5,000 in cash,
they
will take you.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so you see there's so many ways of doing things other than kungo zvatechiswera chingoshorana nekudini marounds antorine mabenefits awo. Just choose the right team to work with, and at most you end up winning if you do it right, and if you're responsible enough with your harvest, you're able to come up with something chinotorine musoro chaunokwanisa kuita. Thank you, my sister, for calling. I will see if anybody else wants to come through.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Thank you. Okay, guys. Auntie Manzwa otishishewa. I will say Maitawa, look for someone akanze Maitawa Tawataku is the name of the person who I was speaking to. She can send you let me get you Miss Kaya. She can get you more information. Yeah, did you post a lot more information about these savings, because it's good kuti ungowine kamari pa side even. Good morning.
Good morning. Mukandifonia pa WhatsApp irikubva yandibvisa pa Facebook. That's fine, right?
Iyi ndo yandokwanisa because phone yangu ndo yandikushandisa, so I really can't connect with you on WhatsApp.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine.
Yeah, just speak to me and then you can reconnect.
Okay.
Murora Kirimbo, mira ndokufonera inini. I'll call you once I finish with my other caller. So should you say?
Musha, Sisi, how are you?
I am good. What do you have to share with us in terms of saving money?
You know, My mom, actually, I live with my mother. She's been living with me from the time I gave birth. And she's the one my because around, right? So she told me to get into one, and over the years I've done a couple. Akatundi batsira a lot of things. To be honest with you, that's how the other one I did. We were 12 of us, and it was like $1,000 a month. So it was like over a period of a year. I managed to start my boutique, and that's how I started my boutique, right? Then recently, I just I have a couple of ladies. Now it's like we are 25 of us, Auntie. And it's like 500 every 2 weeks. And by the time you're done, it's like you're getting like 13,500, right? I don't know if you were with. But one thing it has taught me, sis, is like, with the way we live here in America, right? For example, with my job, you never know what happens. You are living life and everything is great. I never thought that I'll be able to, due to Corona, I'll be able to say, oh my God, I got laid off, right? But guess what? My boss is like, no, there's no way you guys are not producing. Comcast is not going to pay us, so I have to lay you guys off and see how everything is going to go.
Right.
But guess what? When we say in our company we're crying, I was not even moved by it because you know what? I'm good because Maria around here until June I go back to work. I'm good. But Maria around and it's not even if you find the right people, the ladies I'm in with, they have done things. Most of them are in Boston, right? They have done Genesis to the point where you're like, oh my God, my down payments, car paid off, bills, debt paid off. Okay, let's do Jokutenga must stand in Zimbabwe. What must stands because they've been doing it longer than me. I just joined like last year. So, and another thing, and the digits, right? I just found out about this app. My husband was going through my financial app, and I can find out this app, the digits. I don't know if it's available in England, but America, the digits, right? I'll send you the link when I finish the website with only when I finish the call with you. What it does is it's like Sisilango Tower with England, right? It's like City Saver, but what I know it's in the account marker, right? And you kind of calculate how much you have in your account, and then it just pulls off Maria and it saves it for you, right? So in the account in the rainy days, save Maria, sis, I started that account last year. And Banango Kangano, where you set it and you put it aside and you just forget it. So I set it and I forget it. Only to find out Pandakas will check on my account members this year. 14,900.
Oh wow, that is beautiful. And like you said, like you don't even notice that money is being pulled out because oh wow, you need to share that with me.
I'm going to share that.
And I'll share it too.
Amazing. And then real quick, the tip. I share for name. So it's every time I go to work, I'll eat a lot of bazanti. There's this app instead of eating, Mariana right? I torwani app yo auntie. So it was like more like myself to tell myself that you can't eat at work. I'll start bringing food from home.
Yes.
Then after I know and I was okay, today, I came with my food. So this is the money because I calculated and so just the 5 days I go to work, I'm spending about, how it is, Kunoko. I'm spending about $100 just from food.
Yeah.
Because I'm eating breakfast at work and everything. So that's another cool app. But I'll send you everything. But everything is a mindset. I'm telling you guys, in these times when you find a group of girls, I'll give you an example of the Kenyan women who were saving $1, who managed to build a 10-story apartment, right? They came together and they told each other, listen, if we can do this together, we can build an apartment complex. They managed to save $1 million together. Vaingwe Mario in the port. I don't know if you guys are familiar, because me being half Zambian. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the village banking. Then at the end of the year, you either share the money or you kind of like, okay, we have this project. And together they built a 10-story apartment.
Oh wow.
So there are a lot of ideas there. I am so glad. Ndangande changomuke, and I saw you on live because you are on my notifications and say, what is she talking about today? And I'm like, oh my God, what a timely message about saving. It's very, very important for people to know about that. But ichakutumira in my links
Well,
to save
thank you.
everything.
It's nice that you shared the ideas with us, and like we're saying, guys, anti-machines sharing green reminder footing of the things that when we come to diaspora. Do you know the way I'm living right now is I'm in a sharing situation where I have a roommate who is my sister. Saka, it's a 2-bedroom apartment where normally I would have it for myself. Yes, previously I needed to be like that because I had both my children with me and I couldn't be in a different situation. But people, stop this pride of wanting this luscious house and stuff. $3,000 rent and you're losing all that money when you can actually, if you can fit yourself in a shared position, you actually realize later in life that my expenses are totally cut in half when I changed my living situation. Because what do I need the whole house for? I don't need it. My kids are not here and I don't really have to have all that space just so I can be on Facebook. No, when you realize after a couple of years, you actually, the amount of, I'm just like literally, I am like paying a basement amount in terms of my rent where I'm like, wow. I'm always telling people to Akumanaka, if I had used my brain wiser back then, I would have actually done things differently. Because I'm not garisana kani. Because if you always have people at your house, that means you can still live together. And in this case, you're actually putting money away because I'm paying my expenses, despite the fact that apartment is low and I'm still saving a lot of money. A lot of money. And if I could have done this many years ago, if I could just go back and redo things, I would have actually done it that way, whereby I'll be like, oh my God, because I still have my own bedroom, I have my own bathroom, I still have the same living space, we share the common areas, and I live with someone who is close to my heart, my little sister, and it's just like, wow. These are the things.
And I think people have to stop, thinking about that whole living like the Joneses to do a life. Because trust me, handbags they might not depreciate because you can resell them when you have a problem.
Oh, yeah.
But to be honestly, it doesn't make sense for you to be carrying a Chanel handbag with $0 in it. If you want to carry a Chanel bag for $5,000, you might as well have $5,000.
Have at least a card that holds that inside there. I make a sense bank.
No,
you are just as useless and kutovhaira nazvo kupedza nguva kutinyangadza.
No, tiri vadiko, like you say, tangatine dzungu rekuda you every pair of
we've
shoes.
done it. Me, I wouldn't pay for it if honestly, in any of my designer stuff that I've bought for myself, I bought myself one shoe. Yandaka badara full price on one red bottom. The rest, if it's not on sale, I'm not buying it. If someone else is not buying it for me, I'm not buying it. I'm not spending that money on it.
Hello. Unoteta makoze kuni man markers with the so here kutangarini. And people would see you, they think you're buying things at full price and they want to live like
yep. Boots would say $1,500. You can actually get them on sale for $300, $400, $500. And
hello.
Yeah. So it's not. I will not walk into a store and buy myself that expensive bag. I'm happy to be pleased. Hey.
Exactly. No, I'm so glad you did this segment, sis. It helped a lot of people, especially in these times where people are getting laid off. You wake up and imagine you get laid off and you have nothing. I do a program, Dave Ramsey. I don't know if you know about it. Every dollar, where you have to calculate every dollar that, live a good life, but knowing your budget at the same time, sis. Where people have paid their debt and people have come out of debt, right? But if you have to save at least $1,000 for your emergency fund, and your emergency fund have to make 6 months. I'm America, 6 months. I can't go back to work until June, sis. I'm not worried. They want to meeting, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? There's coronavirus. But guess what? Because they are living paycheck to paycheck.
That's the thing. There are so many people who are stuck right now. there are so many people who are stuck at home with no income at all. There are people who actually have lived that life whereby I had to be waiting for a paycheck to do anything. And when you're waiting for it to come, it's not gonna extra. It just comes and it's gone and you're back at it. And when you start living like that, it's very difficult to any foundation you save. Unlike when you know $10 you're able to keep $10 and put it away.
Exactly. No, thank you so much, sis, for having me. And I hope that, we are inspiring other women who are out there. Trust me, it can start with $1. The 52 weeks challenge that Tara Sis Langwari performed earlier. I've done that. You just set your mind to where you can do it. Whether you're saving $1, America, in American terms, you save about $1,395. That's a lot in America because 1 in 4 Americans are a paycheck away from becoming homeless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So kadiki karukutoseva ikako kaunongoshingirira kuseva ikako kanotobatsira at the end of the year. Guess what? My Christmas shopping evana hauendo kunokwereta mari unongotora ka savings kawaita ikako at the end of the year and you buy your kids Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
And mumba mukadzi iwewe mukadzi ukasabata imba yako mbofeka kumfunge murume ambofaka kudza kuti mukadzi wangu mari iyi ngatise tauya nemari ngatiseve iwewe mukadzi unotongo pano nepanapo kungobata uri kuita mabhindauko. You're doing things, you have to have a lot of these streams of income because kana one stream ikaita dry itakuti imwe zvemaround izvozvo it's another stream of income because as much as you don't know uri kuseva mari iri kusikireta maoko mako but uri kuseva. Mukadzi anofanira kumhanya achingoita tunongounza mari mumbaso. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you having me. Your sister talks a lot.
No, we could sit here all day and chat. We love to do that anyway. Anyways, take care of California, and stay safe, my sister. And thank you so much.
All right.
Love to the babies.
I
love you back.
Safe.
Thank you.
See you.
All right, sis. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So guys, anditi mazvinzwa pabuda imwe topic yekuti have at least several streams of income and don't just bet on one. And izvozvo zvatachitaura zvemarounds, it's another. Who had said, I think muroro wangu ndiye anga achifona apa. Christina waendepi? Ari kupi Christina? So anditi you've been listening several streams of income zvakafanana nekuti like ipapa nditi munoona tinenge tiri panapa tichitamba paFacebook panapa tichiita zvese zvatinenge tichiita zvenhigirini zvatichiuya tichimbotaura NL for better, new life for better. We are getting paid to do this. We are not doing this for free. It's a little income that comes in and puts together whatever zvandinozoenderawo kubasa. Murora, I'm calling you. Anything, any small thing. We're not always here making jokes. Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, give us your 2 cents. You walk and say marine.
Anyway, I would like to share my ideas when it comes to my finances. And especially, people, we just not have to keep on crying. I'm a single mother. And then my friends are need about £50 a month. It's £50 a month after every 6 months. Don't think my groceries and Costco. So like my platforms, you catch me in savers. So when I call them savers, my deals, my offers, and I'm working soon to my deals, my offers. My living in my account, then you say to my platforms, how many do we want? Because before we start beginning of the year, you do a list of things that you want to buy, my basic things. So past 6 months, my vegetables, throughout because things like my washing powders and everything. And it's really, really interesting because by Pamno Share, you get to meet up, you enjoy each other's company, you talk, you share ideas, and then you move on, to the next month. Also share for Christmas.
Right.
Saka ajuna stress, it doesn't stress so much. And then I like the lady artisan. Munhu womukadzi anofanira kuita timabhindauko zvakasiyana siyana. Inini I do that. My everyday job is just on the minimum wage, but I'm a mother of 4, right? And panivana 4, do my heads up. So munhu womukadzi unofanira kuziva kuti inini I do MC. I love talking. I can talk, So I said, because next week I should have a party and one kids were in, and I would see it and I invested in that. And I've made money in that.
Yes.
And I've managed to look after my own children. My daughter, she's in Zimbabwe. I've been separated with my daughter for 17 years, and I've been in and out of paying my lawyers, doing this, everything that involves immigration brings in money. But today my daughter is here in England. I don't owe anybody any penny. I don't owe any bank any penny because I was wise enough to saka zvandataura MC pandanoita MC ndabhadhara mari yakati saka ndochidai the saving of the money. Saka sometimes live according to your means.
Thank you.
Live according to your means. Inini, when I was married with your brother, Edgar Kisa, when Asakaipa, ndangati kamari kangu kemukadzi munhu womukadzi anofanira kugara neni unzifutseke mani yekuti kana ukamuti futseke murume kana yakakuti futseke you're sorted nesevings yako. You walk out with a step yekuti okay, yes, I can move on, And I went to downstairs to live. I applied for a council house, which I made my home. Because when I'm very comfortable, I lived according to my means. To have resources and ask guys, they say, I got to visa, so that when the rainy day comes and when the futseke day comes, unenge waka usina kuzembera ni munhu. Semunhu womukadzi unofanira kunge wakazvimiririra as an independent candidate yekuconstituency kwake. Maona kwekuconstituency yake wakazvimiririra grocery rako unaro munomu, basa rako unaro, but being an MC nekuita catering ibasa rinobhinga mari muupenyu hwangu inini zvokuti sometimes people think ane zviri apa pamusoro, but I live according to my means. Nobatanidza yes ndorarama kaupenyu kandiri kuda, not kaupenyu katiti loveness kana kuti kaupenyu kati so and so. No. So this saving thing is really important in our family as well. We've got about 60 pounds a month. 60 pounds every month. So we are now going to start buying my shares. But if you guys pinterwa nenamo tinokupa futi mari decide out, okay, fine, saka tiri 6 panapa saka tobvisa 100 from that month. What only 600 yako yekunoviga kana mubereki wako kana kuti chii, and you are sorted. Saka it's not about saving kumira kuti ndichaseva 1000 kana kuti ndichaseva 500. Even ukaseva kana 10 pounds uchikanda ukoko 10 pounds uchika, make yourself what I owe my savings account money. It's another investment. And the other thing is my life insurance. If we go, we happen to go. When I start on 2p, 2 cents, it's a good thing.
I wish I could get my sister here, Angie, to come and just talk about that. She's the one, Anita, she does Rema life insurance policies, which is something that has really made my life so much difference.
Yes. As you go and break bank. Sometimes, yes, whenever they are so demanding. But sometimes it's good to tinongogara nawo pasi tovaudza kuti akomanaka muri kuona situation yedu haisi kualaya ABCD iri kualaya so and you carry on. That's how you can save money, because ukati nhasi mari yawatambira yapinda pakati pousiku na12 midnight na12 masikati hausisina mari yacho.
Makes sense.
It doesn't make sense. Saka even 10 pounds a week kana uri wokutambira pamwedzi papachonga, I mean, it's really important. Then even ukaona kuti zvekutenga grocery zvikukukosta among yourselves, even as sisters, as friends, it's really important. Kana ukuona kuti you are a love of things, unoda zvemaperfume akanaka nekuzora zvakanaka kumeso, there's another group ratinoita ma20 pounds a week. 35. Saka per week munhu anowana 100 pounds. Chena unotenga perfume yauri kuda iyoyo cosmetics. Ima 20 pounds cosmetics, because pakumana inini pandichapinda mustoro unotenga kuti perfume pamwe ndaida kumana iri kutoita 100 pounds. But patinokupa round ipapo munhu wesgaga ngaatenge zveself grooming yake zvisingabude mupay
and stop the compulsive buying yekungounganidza. How many perfumes at a time can one wear?
Christina ati Mary Kay lipstick yanga akazora iya ndagugula ndatotengesa nemari yandofana kuendesa kusavings. Mirira mari yeround yako. Kana waona kuti perfume yako ndeye 200, womirira paunonzi ndiwo uri kupedzisirwa, ndiwo uri kutangwa. Wonotenga perfume yako iri kuita sei ingodhura iyoyo. You know, so that's my piece of advice. With savings, it doesn't have to be a lot of money, and live according to your means. If you are to downsize, don't think what the world will say about
homeless one. But hey, I'm a happy woman right now, honey.
Will say about you. In the but what did happen to me? It made me a better person. When my dad died, and no,
yes.
You know,
that's
because
what
I accept the money.
My situation as well. And my guru it doesn't even pay. Utakadzigara dzimba dzema $500,000 munomu. And when I look back, if I could redo things, I would have just bought a 3-bedroom apartment instead of that damn big house. I lost money on it. By the time my bed mortgages ended up selling it for less, and you just literally look at it and say it was just a lavish life. For what? For the world to see. And where is the world right now? Nobody cares. So it's just like learn from your experiences and just learn to adjust without worrying about what the world will think.
Yes, yes, but from a part now you look at your situation, is it really necessary? Is it really necessary? You know? And I had to say to myself, come on, Christine. Minimize that. Sky and Yakanaka Chaiso, but Takato Kanzura put it beside to do on Netflix in Notora 10 pounds each. But are my children happy? Yes. Am I happy? Yes. Am I comfortable? Fine. In Bible,
it becomes a home.
And it becomes a home. But do I owe anybody some money? No. The only focus the and even to business and both my daughter, we are Zimbabwe. So she started baking.
She bakes beautiful cakes.
Her baking. She started baking. But the community now knows her. Because baking yake, she's still learning, but she's doing well. Because the Mawoko Mukats, and don't look at the Ningano Zofunga put chim, Ningano Zofunga chi. Our concepts are 5 pounds, put 5 pounds.
Yep.
Our concepts are 10 pounds, we put 10 pounds. And you could take us to Japanaka Toshida, but go for bargains. Rabuchi to Google at you, Murora Loveness, Anuchena Chaizo. But I'm talking to Zikuti. That's all Muscara teach you Google up Shikanda Chato Pascal.
Yeah.
You know? So that's all I can say.
Well, thank you.
I'm sorry, I think I've mentioned
several streams of income. Let's just live within our means and life has to go on. And like we say, zvelavishi zvatoya tichilavisha pana pafacebook mangwana paunenda unorara unengori one mchibhedha chako wakugaya mabills ako. And if we can start recognizing kuti vepafacebook ndizvo you can screen on your own time pabhiri rako refoni, but at the end of the days mabills ari kuyakanyorwa zita rako uri one.
If anybody in the UK listening, there's a bank called New Central Bank, right?
Kabenga
New Central Bank, bank manga. But kabenga kapota uchisa, hey, imi, watanga wanarangu fowe. Kabengi kokaya ukapota uchikaisa, £10, £20, £10, £20, £10, £20. Kano save mari. Even ukazoenda kubanki kokoko my interest rates avo they are not bad. Uchiti ndiri kuda loan, that bank unongoisa kamari kako uchingokanganwa ikoko. Zvakanakira ndezvokuti kana une account nana HSBC Barclays, you can actually set up kuti uda kukaisa ukoko uchingoisa ma £10 uchingoita ma £10 ma £10 kana zvazooma zvokuti ndapindura nenhamo but ndine 500 uku but ndikuda imwe 500 pamusoro. It's a very easy bank yekuti inongogona kukupa kaloni kako but kunenge waseva something. Hauzi munhu ari kutangira pa 0.000
apa 0, pakaipa
pa 0.00 ndipo pakuzoti wasvikirwa nenhamo waakuchema zvokuti kana isusu kuti tikunyararidze ka takutopinda nekisibolo yekuti yekukuna kunyaridza. Saka asikana ngatingoisai kamari pasite, uchingoisa kamari pasite £5, £10, £2, every little helps. So that's all I can say.
Sarah Wacho. My guru, someone wants to link up Ariko Kokada kunzwa my ideas enyu, so maybe you should her name is Christina Shumbares Katsande on Facebook. Christina KRISTINAH Shumbares Katsande. So link up this young lady here, Kanzi Sarah Wacho. Anyway, thank you so much, my sweetheart, and it was nice to share my share your ideas with the rest of the people. I will speak to you later.
All right, thanks, Tede.
Bye, sweetie. Okay, guys, I think we've spoke enough. And does anyone else want to come through? Achitipo, one more. Can we do pani one more? Rather, we share all my ideas on how to save money. Like man's got shit out wapa. Live within your means. Hadukutaura ikuti sister kama ita ma mortgage way those mortgages mortgage and and the amount of money I lost just because at that time I was living according to and we could do it at the time, got the loan and got the mortgage, and guess what, a few years later almost lost the house. Is that just shine up Facebook? We tell the truth, and that's the truth as it is. Almost lost that house to foreclosure. Managed to finally sell it on a short sale where the house in by 510,000 sold for 380 after I had put money into that house. So sometimes you realize, Kuti, because we want to live way beyond our expectations and what we can afford. I could afford to pay the mortgage at the time, but was that my money? Most of it was going to my interest. So when you sit down and go back to the drawing board, would I go and buy a $500,000 home again? Yes, if I win the lottery and win $100 million, yeah, I could buy a couple $1 million worth of a house. At this point in my life, if I'm to buy again, I'm going to settle for something that I can manage, something that's comfortable, that I can make a home within just the space that I need. I don't need extra space for too much, so just to settle for the space that you need. Yes, it's better off for me to buy 3 different houses where I'm renting something else and making some money and income off it. Like I have learned, Kuti, extra income is always good. Several streams of income are always important. Like it's always good. Musanyara kunzi mnozonzi. Ini munoona ndichimbobika sadza paipa pa munoona ndekaizadza imba yese nedem refish. Then ndichitobika sadza rekutengesa ndiri panapa. When I'm off work and I feel like I can cook and make a little money, I go and buy my fish because ndozo ndine chipo chemaoko. and because ndine chipo chemaoko, I'm able to go and buy my fish. Ndinobikira vanhu fish, ndotaura kuti vedwe gore refish, uya mutenge fish. I can make a whole meal for the family. Vanhu vanotenga fish dzangu, ndototengesa fish dzangu, ndatoita $200-300 extra on a weekend that I couldn't have made. Dai ndaswera ndakarara ndichidhakwa munomu. Ndakambotsvaira dzimba dzevanhu, ndakatomborana cleaning business munomu, muri kunzwa. Anything to make a little extra money is great.
God, you kidding me? I'm going to
Eat.
This phone will make noise.
No, it won't. You sit down and eat. Sit down. So inini ndakamboita cleaning business. Ndairuka musoro inini muno, ndairuka musoro, kuzvokuruka musoro zvaizvo zvandaita kuZimbabwe would be braiding hair, ndichitaka extra. Ndiri kubasa ndairova 6 days, ndiri kubasa weekend ndine 1 day, rande ndiri kumba. Pane ndiri kumba kwacho ndobhuka vanhu 1 or 2 vandosonerera maweave. During that time ndakatanga kurana a cleaning business where I went out ndaitsvaira dzimba dzevanhu munoziya kuenda ndichifugama ndega. Literally I was trying to make time to go ndichibuda ndichienda unokorobha dzimba dzevanhu ndichibhadharwa. And I actually started running a lucrative business. Dai ndakanga ndakarorwawo nemunhu ane musoro ipapapo, tikadai takatorimhanyisa. Ndikamborana anonzi macandy machines, aya masnack machines. Munoziva zvemasnack machines. I actually got a lot of locations. Dai ndane murume mushune at that time aikwanisa kundibatsirawo zvinhu. All we needed was someone anoenda achinoita fill up maningiri nemaslot machines aya nekutora makotas edu. Do you know kuti the amount of extra money you can make through doing these little things is a lot? Because after ta collector macoins edu, we made a decent amount of extra money, but I couldn't do it all. As much as I'm blessed nechipo chekushanda, I couldn't do it all by myself. Saka, it just turned out that I had to give up a lot of things. I had to get rid of a lot of things. But if I am to do it over again, I have learned from the past kuti several channels of making money are great in life. Don't just sit kuti ndikuenda kubasa, you come home and sleep. Kuti right now people are making money on the GrabHub, my food services should not deliver because people are not able to go out and eat out now. Saka people are ordering, and there are people who do delivery. Ndakato sign up for GrabHub. Zvekuti izvozvi ndikatogaya kuti mangwana ndiri off ndikada kubuda kunoita food delivery services. Ndinotoenda ndikatoita mari yangu yakanaka stereki because painopinda mubank mangu aiuya akanyorwa kuti ndadhirivhara chikafu pamba pemunhu. So musanyara kuita zvinhu because you're trying status quo, trying to keep up a status. Status yacho inozoitei mukati mako. At the end of the day, when it's time, you sit at home and you're sitting there worrying about your own bill. My bills esano yakanyorwa iwewe, and mari ichipinda mubank mako aiuya yakanyorwa kunzi wadhirivhara chikafu kana kuti watsvaira mumba memunhu. Inini I will do what it takes. If I need to, ndikawana basa riri kunzi light housekeeping, ndinowana macalls kazhinji ekunzi titsvagirwe indoita maprivate duty ka. Ndinogona kuwana munhu anonditi ndine mai veshamwari yangu vari kuda light housekeeping and cooking. Can you do it? Ndikanga ndine time, I actually go and do it myself because that $150 yandanosenza iyoyo, it's better off in my pocket than giving it away to someone because it's zvimaoko izvi, that's all I need to use. And how many hours do I spend doing it? Not crazy time. You just go and do it, but because tichida kuswera tiri pana paFacebook takachena and showing the world that I got it all going on. The world doesn't care. At the end of the day, when you start crying, magetsi akadzimwa, ndiwo uri kudhila nazvo, mvura ikavharwa, ndiwo wakudhila nazvo wega. So let's stop this nonsense yekushorana nekutarisirana pasi. Let's start finding ways of generating income and making a little money. And let's start varungu. You know, this is one thing I love about my white friends. You learn a lot if you hang out in vanhu vane musoro so. Vana vavo, they start saving for their children. You know, $10 a week or $10 a month. Do you know kuti ukasevera mwana wako $10 every month? For 12 months, $120. And if you count 20 years, pachashika 21, do the math. But it's just a tizhigoni. All we want is buy a new shoe. Buy a new shoe. Takazviita izvi ndinadzobhutu like running from there to there. If I was to relive my life, would I have so many shoes in my life? No. Unless if someone unless if someone is spoiling me to it, I'm happy to be spoiled. But I'm not going into my own bank ndichitora mari iri ridiculous and going to ndichitora mari siri. I'm trying to read something. You can buy my shares on your Cash App or at even $50 a week. Wow, there's a lot of ideas. Ideas, send them to my inbox and I'll share them on my page just so people can have the information. Pana ari kuda kufona here wekupedzisira ndisati ndabva. That way I can just close this off. At least we've made some sense here. I realized that we are spending a lot of time tichita zvisina basa and we can't even do something productive. Yes, mangwana tichauya takutamba hedu tichita keep it real, tichita current events tichiseka, but sometimes it's important to come tichita zvinhu izvi can someone here in the financial department of something I couldn't find sisi vangu Angie, let me try to find it. Anogona kukudza, you can buy my shares inini. I've started investing money ku stock market, and this kuku advice I could go and put your money in the stock market because it's not in a knowledge casual. Sometimes most of the when things are good, I come into the house, stock market inogona kutopopa zvokuti ndinogona kuroya a couple of thousands ndakagara muno mumba, just walking in from work ndabva ku night shift ndosvika, and you just watch the stock market and you can make a few thousands very easy and well if you do it right.
How are you?
You can make a few thousands. Ndakatanga kuinvesta in the stock market and I'm so pleased with what I've been doing with myself. So the truth of the matter is, this life yekuonekwa haisichombori necessary. Zvese zvimawawaya tinomwa tichienda toilet, and when you are all said and done, are you happy with your investment? No, I don't think you need an investment to buy. Yes, you actually do. In my case, yes, you need to buy. You have to have that investment account. I was not able to buy any. You have to kind of get into buy into and to some shares for you to be able to get in the investments. And a lot of ideas are being shared. I'm going to keep this here for a while, for a couple hours. Then I'll download it to my YouTube. You can always find this. I'm going to save it and put it on my YouTube, so you always can find it back on on YouTube. Sis Angie, the finance lady who can help us, who could have helped us with a little. But teacher, we are a lot more topics. I just thought about this since and I put it on my wall because I've been hearing it around. It's just what makes you comfortable. Sometimes you don't always have to start my interests. Just the idea of you putting yourself in the discipline of being able to save is such a good thing in life. It's a great feeling to know, you know what? And skumanya kuros kunotenga hembe $30. I can actually put this $30 in a place where it can be saved. Because the hembe is actually, how many times do you have to dress up and go somewhere? When I used to start with a upenga ne lockdown, akuna kwekuenda, you just get dressed and take pictures. You get dressed and take pictures, and then what? What do you do next? If you've been blessed enough to have that money to splash around, but there's always a rainy day that you have to be ready for. It's always to be a good thing to be prepared. And one other thing I wanted to talk about is to know how to spend money, to not kungo tenga zvinhu zviri unnecessary, especially in I've learned from my own children. Like nyaya kutenga chikafu, I could give you program Mukoma Daniel. Hello, how are you? Hello, Mkoma Daniel, are you calling in for the program?
Yes, is it still on?
Yes, you are on. You can speak now. I'll put myself on hold just for you.
Okay, all right, thank you. Right, I just couldn't avoid joining in because I think we are getting some notes out of this. It's a deep topic.
I'll add you after. Sorry, Panimuna.
Okay. All right. It's a serious topic, which is actually life changing. I enjoyed this one person who was talking. I think she's in UK. This is it's high time we start applying austerity measures in our lives. We always argue that ukada kushamisira ndiwo unozoshamisika, especially during this time we are in. It's a time where, material things or my brands, my labels, all these designer stuff, they cease to make sense. And I'm based in Middle East, right? And in Middle East, what I've realized is pakatotumirwa tsamba inotaura kuti especially vari private sector, companies are free to retrench people, they are free to cut their salaries, they are free to send them on 6 months unpaid leave. Now, that being the case, people were caught unaware, they were caught off guard. Many people wanting to flaunt some money, people will be living fancy life, as if on a page Khalifa and it's you understand? So it was a rude awakening for most people. Now, even if we talk about saving now, it's too late because people have nothing to save. As we speak now.
People are stuck at this point. We never saw this coming.
They are stuck. Yes, they never saw it coming. And unotanga uchiri kumbosparkwa nesocial media uchikomenta uchida kundisetsa vanhu, but reality check you like, yep, this is real now. So I think it's a rude awakening for us now to say, what is the plan B? Post COVID era. We need to start planning to say, what is my plan B? I'll tell you this. I'm into entrepreneurship as well. Entrepreneurship is the way to go. And we should not be scared of taking risks as human beings, especially Zimbabweans. It's high time we start adopting the mentality of Indians, the mentality of Nigerians, the mentality of Bengalis, those people from Bangladesh and all those people. Let's not be too smart for money. We need to get dirty. I'm inspired by what you're talking about. We call it moonlighting in economics, where you need to create alternative revenue streams.
Yes.
In this side, there are online courses, like to be a tutor online. People pay a lot of money, plus or minus. You can get close to $100 just for an hour teaching, which you can go download as a right? Why? But people now they think I cannot do this. Time you are to spend other people are making money. I'll tell you this, I'm inspired by one of our sisters who is in UK. She is into designer stuff. She designs clothes and Anusona and stuff. And she came up with a concept of my masks. Trust me, she is raking in big time.
Oh, wow.
She's making money.
Wow.
She's actually exporting these masks, face mask. So the mentality we need now is to look at, when I go online these days, I'm worried about how can I make a difference. I'll tell you this, I started my business in 2019.
What business are
and
you
people
into
were
again?
saying, okay, we're doing computerized embroidery, my school uniforms, corporate wear, school wear, sports wear, different types of stuff.
Nice.
And 2019, when we started, people were like, no, don't start your business in Zimbabwe. Hey, ukatanga business, uruku diaspora is hard. You know what? The higher the risk, the higher the returns.
Risk takers get really,
right.
Risk takers
That's right. And I'll tell you this, for the whole of 2019, we were not making profit. We started making profit 2019 December. That's when we started making profit. So we're saying 2019 December, January, February, March. For the past 4 months, we've made more money than we worked for 2019 and so forth.
Right.
And guess what? We have closed business now because of this lockdown. But we've managed to pay our employees and in Forex.
Good.
And we've managed to save enough. And we've managed to make a prepayment in our rent house. So what I want to urge Zimbabweans is, look, guys, it is possible. It is possible. This time, don't be derailed by the social media hype in Engejitika. Some people are busy planning. What is my way out? Yeah, what is my way out? Yeah, well, it's allowed to go on social media. You just goof around. But after that, go down. Start searching. Start asking yourself. I was looking at the South African rand. It's plummeting like crazy. It's depreciating. This is the time to what?
To invest.
You buy low and sell high. You arbitrage. You make money. this is the time to buy stocks in South Africa because South African economy is crying. South African economy, affect like a first world country. So it's a niche market for people who are hungry, people who are like, you know what, where I am is not where I'm supposed to be.
That's right.
I need to start. And, I'll be honest with you, people, especially people who are in the diaspora, we are strategically positioned to tap into, the market of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe needs us, right? But as it needs us, we can make money for us as well as, improve the living standards of people.
Right.
So we need to save, of course, but we still need to come up with an idea to say, okay, instead of being pessimistic and prophesying doom upon our lives, how can we be optimistic about this whole situation? Look, if it's confusing, Trump is having sleepless nights as well. What about you? You understand? Exactly. So we need to start, let's go on a soul-searching exercise. Ask yourself, what is it that I can do effortlessly and without any profit?
Right.
I'm still fascinated. I'm excited. I've got high spirits. That is where your breakthrough is. But the challenge with most people is open on Makombi because someone else is doing that, which is wrong. There are some people who are the best people to bake. Why can't you start baking? And then you formulate a smart business model online. People are lazy these days.
The next minute was on a bakery pipe.
That's right. So it's not about the environment you are in. The same environment you are in, where we are right now, it's a nation of innovation.
Right.
It's a nation of first movers. But you will notice, Kuti, there are some things that are happening here which are not happening in Zimbabwe. Our nation, it needs us people in the diaspora. We came here to tap expertise, and we invested back home.
Right.
That's what exactly we're doing. Have you seen? I'll give you an example of shawarma business in Zimbabwe. Shawarma, it's a Middle East concept, right? But Zimbabweans, a hungry person is Zimbabweans tineka kuhakira so. You understand? Zimbabwe is nation here kuti pakanzi pane fast food outlet. People think it's prestigious to sit chicken in whatever KFC and stuff. You understand? But in the States, you got to open up McDonald's. You're like, you know what? I'm just going junk food today, right?
Hanzi muri married there pane vanakirwa nemi panapo. Andina godo saka ndabvunza.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, andina hangu godo.
Right. Going back to the context, we are saying we need to start helping each other. Mazimbabweans tofana ubatana. Tichingokumbirawo nemaslay queen out there kuti akomana nzura yevana vevanhu tsitsi ezvinezvi vana vevanhu vakaomerwa. It's high time everyone manages his own hokoso.
At this time inguva ine haisi yekutamba nemaslay queen kana usiri mumvura iri right nokwara.
And varume vakavharirwe zvino havana kwavari kuenda. Saka imagine wanga uchimbopuhwa backup nemuchinda ezvo murume akaomerwa madebit cards ese akabatwa namadhamu unoiona kupi mari. So munhu wese mutsipa pabasa. Let's get dirty.
Yes.
I'll tell you this, another maybe in a closing remark is, everything you touch can turn to gold. It depends on the attitude and where you're coming from. If you are a person, I'll tell you, I had a 2-hour conversation with one of my sisters who's in New Zealand. She's like, I want to start a business. I said, what are you passionate about? She said, I love fashion. I said, okay. She said, I was looking for an attire for graduation. And as I was looking for that, I started going online. And then as she was doing that, she got what do you call it? An attire from someone who is based in the States. Online. This stuff is nice. Where did you get it? The agents and stuff. So she now wanted help to say, how can I, start the same project back home in Zimbabwe? And I was giving her tips, hints to say, do this, do that. And she was busy jotting down some notes. And after 6 months, after COVID, this is what I managed to come up with. But after COVID,
after COVID, some of us are going to turn into alcoholics. We are going to have to deal with alcoholism and having to deal with obesity. And if you are doing that to yourself, it's time to make some changes, honestly. And
you're spot on. You're spot on. So we want to change the narrative, my sister. We want to try and do you know what is Zimbabweans tinogona kutopedza kana kutoita 6 months vanhu vachishaya news dziri kupisa dziri controversial. But maZimbabweans takaungana kuti ku Dallas, Texas, ku Ireland, ku Australia, Dubai, toenda mu Africa, South Africa, but all these corners of the world where people are networked and they don't talk about people. I always argue that small minds discuss people.
Yes, that's
average minds
us.
discuss events.
Yes.
And greater minds discuss ideas. We need people who are angry with the situation to say, why am I where I am? Because you know the problem is ukapinda panemwe status epadenga kuti society thinks you have made it. Iwo chiyazozoda kumana pafeka balance triangle arina kumira mushe. You will end up living an artificial life of pleasing people who are not even, who have got nothing to do with your life. So we need to be realists. We need to be brutal when it comes to going out there. And we say, you know what? Sisirutendo, she knows this. Let me humble myself. Let me dim my lights and go to her. Can you help me with this? I'll tell you this. I'm not going to make up kushishenesa iye. But I ask Uzati, the world is waiting for her touch. Yekuti ave into, what do you call it? A beautician, whatever. Pane mwana anogona zve massage. But that person ari kungodauta. Pane mwana anoita backing. Pane mwana anogona kungotaura. You're supposed to be a DJ or a presenter of some sort. Pane mwana anogona kungozvigera bvudzira. You are supposed to own a barber shop. Pane mwana anogona kusona. That person, your attires. Do you know what in Zimbabwe we are lacking aesthetic touch in terms of kusona? I'm giving an example of what's this? The costumes, the Nigerians, African attire, right. Nigerians. When we're going at a function, they don't put on a suit. They trust their brand. They put on those nice stuff. You understand? Right. You will make money and dominate. That's, we are looking for problem solvers. People who do not believe in just importing stuff from another country, processed, but people who believe in value addition, right. So that we make this world a better place. Because as Zimbabweans, I trust this, we are smart.
We want
to transpose, we want to transform our smartness or intellectual smartness into wisdom. Because it's one thing to be intelligent and another thing to be smart, to be streetwise.
Right.
Then we change the narrative.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my sister.
And Mkoma Daniel, before you leave, Pani,
yes.
You talked about losing money first for a whole almost year before you could make profits. Can you touch on that a little bit? Because I know that a lot of people, when they make an investment, they put money and they count their profits before they even invest. So can you tell people on how that works out, Pakuti? If you are planning to invest, how do you work out to not give up just because you're not making money for the first 3 or 4 months?
Right. I touched just a few things. Let me go deeper. Right. Remind me if I then get carried away. I'm going to talk about this line of business, but I also we are also into student accommodation. I will touch on that, and we are also into the solar business. All right, let me go back to my core business. This business, the way I started it, I was just told by someone who said, you know what? You have the capacity, you are smart, you do this, you do this. Why don't you push this? So you know what I did? I started researching, and unfortunately, the machines needed a high initial capital outlay. We needed some plus or minus $40,000 US, right? And then I did my homework. I played around, and then I said, look, I need to go there to the source. Do Do you understand? This is what I want to urge people. Sometimes you need to go to the source. You quit this habit of just going via the middleman. Ask yourself, how can I go right to the source? So I went to China. That's 2019, 2018. I got there, and then I sit with the guy who has been supplying in sub-Saharan region. I said, I need this, and then we did the transactions and so forth. Then they were shipped to Zimbabwe. Then after that, we set up our offices, right? Now, we opened our doors in 2019, January. And from January to November, number one, I've been paying my staff even in foreign currency.
Wow.
Right? From my pocket, from this side. Wow. Because these are my assets. The problem at as Zimbabwean entrepreneurs is mbiri out there, but a prophet has no honor in his homeland. The employees are crying, badare, this and that. So every month I would make sure I continue to support because I establish a market, right? So many times I would get deals and my employees would make a mistake. You understand? Sometimes one also of poor quality, like embroidery, right? 500 my t-shirts, my golf t-shirts, right? So in trying to build it up like that, it means you have to go deeper into your pocket. But here's the smart thing. Muno Middle East ndanda to recognize he's an entrepreneur. You understand? So I want to emphasize something, that there is power in the word. There is power in what you say, how you say it, and your attitude towards success.
Yep.
When you prophesy doom, but if you start speaking positively, even you know what? I'm beautiful. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. You know what? Whatever I do, it sprouts. Confidence is inherent.
Yep.
It's inbuilt. It starts from within. Now, let me emphasize how then we started making it up. I went to Zimbabwe. So my challenge was, how does Strive Masiwa manages to run his business, but he has never been to Zimbabwe for the past 20 years. So we can do the same. But what we need to establish are the processes, the systems, structures, and everything, and the network. Because I always say your network should determine your net worth. If you still find yourself with 5,000 friends, I'm now going social media. Only 5,000 friends on Facebook. And then my friends, one value addition, they actually pull you down. You need to reset your friend settings, right? And have you seen have you seen Kuti? Sometimes wavura kana kuti page your hustle. Guys, like my page.
Avalaike manje ndo paunonyatsoona manje papapoti who are you dealing with zvekuti anzi 7,000-8,000 likes pa live. The numbers don't do you no good.
Yeah, so the 21st century, my youthies, they are looking for controversy.
I know.
They are looking for irony. They are looking for those negative stuff happening, which are not value. They are not value adding. They are retrogressive. They pull us down. Not after toxic. It's like munangachiona pornography. It's intoxicating. You are enjoying that particular time, but after that you're like, oh, I'm super tired. I'm messed up. My mind is crazy. You understand? So I started building up on that. I changed my language on social media. I started speaking positively. I'll tell you one funny testimony. Number one, and I'm blocker on my social media. You see that one? That's number one. Number two, I don't have time for bickering, for fighting, for what. I try to be, diplomatic when we're dealing with, because every person is a potential client for me. Now, for 2019, we survived without any marketing department. Can you believe that?
Wow.
How were we surviving? We were surviving through social media. Nikambokanda kana ka flyer mbijana. And guess what? Most of the flyers didn't eat and deka. So this again, we go back to the drawing board to say, as a human being, there's nothing you can't do. If you have an accounting degree, it doesn't imply that you can't cook. I will not go into food and nutrition, but you can still cook. So I have started practicing graphic designing, right? On my own. Go on YouTube, start teaching yourself, learn by doing, make mistakes and improve day by day. There is what is called the Kaizen principle, continuous improvement. When people are crying, hey, lockdown, your weapon you need is electricity, you need your Wi-Fi. That's it, you're sorted. Start searching, go through, watch Wanavusi Tembekwayo, watch those people who have made it, watch people in Kenya, especially Kenya, they have a different model. Every Kenyan you have met has a side hustle. It's high time we quit having a side hustle of ladies, but have a side hustle of business, where we create multifarious revenue streams. Akumana marino va isiri salary epega ino naka, aina kids ino naka. You understand? When you spend that one, you're allowed to be extravagant for that one, but not to survive on salary. And this guy, who is this guy? Arthur Marara says, salary is just remuneration for mediocrity, my sister. So salary, what can we do to invest in our hukoso? That's it. So 2019 yagazopera. Pandagaenda ku Zimbabwe, I would meet these guys. Guys, I'm doing this business. Can you help me? Guys, I'm Dansandaita Jeju register for when I tax clearance, when I chi. So now 2020 we were geared to go for tenders. You understand? Go for tenders. Who said I cannot win a tender to supply corporate way for Econet?
Dare to do it.
The mistake they can only make, especially the mistake employer is to fire me now. Because if he fires me, I'm going straight. Do you understand? Because now what we need is a drive. Don't mind about people on social media. When you are pushing what you believe in, you're going to post a picture of what you are selling. Don't written on post hembe kana maposta chi mchana ineta 5 my likes but mukaposta zvimwe attention grabbing unoona point kana 600 700 likes
kwete kulaikwa kwete kulaikwa kufarira drama attack.
Exactly. So how can we transpose these likes into my own business? Do you know what is almost 900 people who are send a friendship request, and then my friends are 4,901. I'm afraid of unfriending someone to add some people. Do you understand? Yeah. So I'm scared to get to 5,000. You get that? But at the same time, how can I work it out? How can I transfer these people back to my Facebook page, my company page?
Actually, I think they can just follow you and you're able to still have them in. After my friends in Nyawandisa, they start to open up to follow. Because there's a lot of people here who would like to be a part of your page somehow. Saka, when you are done here, you guys look for Daniel Zimatira. This brother of mine, he's all over everywhere in these programs and making a lot of sense. So follow, you can go ahead and follow Mkoma Daniel, and we are going to have more of these my programs. There's always some information out there that we can help each other with instead of kungoswera chipengereka tichaita nguva dzekupengasi zviri nani umboitawo normal at least once every year.
Yes, we need drama we definitely need it, especially during these times. We can't do without it.
Right.
And the other thing, can I out before I wrap it up as well,
yes,
I spoke about student accommodation, because I know one person is going to tell me, no, where will I get the capital? Already the person shuts down the opportunity. But you can come together. You do bootstrapping. You come together as a team. In Nini, I I have changed my friends, the caliber of my friends. Atina kuwanda. But those people, we tell each other what we don't want to hear. We can spend 2 hours tichikuudza ma weaknesses ako.
Right.
Tiwewe shamwarika, you've been doing this for so long. What are you doing? How are you changing people's lives? Because our kids in future, they're going to look at us and say, I hate this man. Because this man wasted his time during his twilight. So, you can come together. Imagine, Mobatana 5 van. You raise funds. You need about $20,000. Move a Mati 5, Munarupa 4,000. Go buy a property. You buy a property, can get out 5 rooms. This is how I got into that, the student accommodation. We identified a property in Chinoy, right? And then we bought it. It was like a 5-roomed house, right? But the advantage this thing is it's a cash cow, and the kids pay in US dollars.
Cash
and they
cow,
pay
I
per
love
head.
that cash cow.
Yeah. Vanenge vachigara 2 rooms. Movaisira my wife.
Zamatira, sorry, hold on, hold on, Zamatira, not Zamatira. Thank you, Maxwell. Zamatira. And mukapedza mobva maenda unoita reset my settings enyu mkomadanyo because vanhu vari kushaya follow button. So go back to your settings and reset something kuti mukwanise kufollowewa vanhu vari kutadza kubata muswe wenyu.
All right, I will definitely do that. Thank you so much. So takabatana toti because chandaka observer pane vanhu vari kunana UK, vari kunana Australia, vane mari. But vanhu vanenge vachingoti ndikazouta pamberi apo I will go back to Zimbabwe ndozodai. But that money is lying idle. It's not adding value. Yes, so the risk we can take is to come together, raise funds, totenga property. Apana kuti kubirwa because you go through the lawyers, you buy your property.
Yep.
The first house should buy maybe stand. More developer, that again, it becomes cumulative. I'll tell you this. In Pretoria, do your homework. Pretoria, you will notice that the whole banana, what's this, Acadia, Kupi, these places are owned by Nigerians. Yep. And then find one, stereotypically, they're into drugs and stuff, but I beg to differ. Those guys are smart. My Ethiopians, when they get into South Africa, Maspaza shows Makula, whatever, they come together, they have an association. It's just the problem, you know the secret. Atinangu batana chet.
Dina.
What about this? Exactly. But you have already put a cap. In the meantime, you're supposed to be making money.
Right.
Is it too hard to trust? Okay, select people who are in your closet. Select those people, bootstrap, raise something, start a project.
Yeah.
Bit by bit, you will get there. I've seen many people who are surviving, who are making it big time. Vachitanga padiki, vachi improver. Last but not least, a problem, or I don't want to call it a problem, a challenge in our community is meant to create, should I say, an opportunity for us to thrive.
Right.
The acute electricity shortage in Zimbabwe threw us into the business of solar by accident. And then someone approached me, is like, you know what? I want to establish distributorship with you. I want to be supplying you with my solar panels from the, all the 3 kV, 5 kV. Then we share the profit. I was like, I will do that. And trust me, we have been managing, and manakira anoita mari yacho iyoyo. It's sweet, So let's not limit ourselves. Right now, people are not traveling. Right, we are stuck. Is it too hard to? We have people in China. My strength is I have almost everyone who is in a different country. I have people I know in the States. There is you, there is Ningi, UK, Ireland, Canada, all these places. This is my advantage. So sometimes you don't need to travel to a particular place. Someone can get into a spare parts business. Uchitengesa maparts emotikari kukaguvi kuna kaguvi kunonzi kuna kaguvi muna Harare. You get into that business, but you have never been to Dubai or to China to buy the spare parts. You have people you have entrusted who then make the procurement from this side, and then they send the ship or receiver from that end. Number one, or save an air ticket, whatever hotel accommodation, whatever your time. And then you start pushing. So I think Zimbabwe, it's our homework. Whilst we are in lockdown settings, let's be angry. Let's be angry with the situation. But we need to start working on things. Let's check, how can I surely, because God has given us the greatest asset we have, the seed, which is the brain. But then the urge to execute, because people will start looking for reasons not to start than reasons to
excuses,
start.
My excuses. We need to stop making excuses. We need to get started.
That's right. So,
yeah.
God willing, we have to do it, and hopefully we will change the narrative. Discuss next holiday toenda kupi. Antika, have you seen my sister kuti vanhu vari kutravel from Zimbabwe vachienda kunana Thailand, vachienda kunana France, the Eiffel Tower, all these places. They are entrepreneurs who are in Zimbabwe, legit entrepreneurs. Have you seen that?
True.
And I travel periodically. When I go to Zimbabwe, I usually go on vacation 2 months. When you get there, ukusvika kunzvimbo dzenana madokero kwavakwa. But munye uchisvika kuZimbabwe arusha handina kana mari. Saka isusu maite nyaya yekuti tinenge tichionererwa, because we will be saying tiri vana +971, tiri vana +44. Tinenge tichiita vana mudyiwa futi vanotidya futi vanhu ivavo, because vanozati takazungaira
mari.
So in a nutshell, this is my 2 cents. As this is our time. Let's shine. Let's change the narrative. Let's discuss ideas.
Yep, thank you so much, Mkoma Daniel. And like I said, Mkangama Pano, go and go back to your settings. Move over. You have so much knowledge and you are very wise in every way, and you are a great teacher, and people would love to follow and get more ideas from you. So his page is Daniel Dzamatira, not Dzamatira, like I had said before. Thank you so much for taking time to come and talk to me. Just hearing zvichiitika. So I figured this would be something to sit and talk about, knowing kuti kuchauya a lot of people who would actually discuss mari and how to invest in businesses and how to just make changes in life, because so far it's been how many weeks till quarantine, and the most we've done is chase lives. Make sense. So I want to thank you again, and thank you. Have a blessed day, and follow Mkoma Daniel Dzamatira, and I appreciate your time.
I appreciate if they can follow my Facebook, my company page. It's Danlog Branding. So Danlog, Dan for Daniel, log is for the logo. So it's Danlog Branding. They can also get to take a look at what we are doing.
Can you spell out the Danlog?
DANLOG. So it's Danlog.
If you share the link to page inbox, and I'll put it on my page. So guys, thank you so much, Mkoma Daniel. I thank you for your time. Okay guys, he was worth keeping on here, and all the other people that contributed. Guys, let's just learn to know business is small business. Get started in doing something. Stop investing your time in the wrong places and all of it. There's got to be a time where you sit down and try to invest your time in doing little things. Start something. A journey it was started is a journey on the way to somewhere. So let's get started in doing stuff and be productive during this time. Like Mkoma Daniel said, get angry about the situation. Situation, you're going to end up if you're angry about what's going on right now. For those people that are stuck at home and no paycheck, there are people here who are at home and will not even be expecting a penny or a dime from anywhere. Get mad at yourself right now. Hit yourself on the head and start wondering why you are in that position. There is nothing wrong with you. There is always a time to get started on something. So if you can look at now, this is a time that God brought into space for you to be able to start rethinking your life. So if your situation right now is upsetting you and making you angry, it's time to make some changes. What are you doing with yourself, and what can you do now? What's the way forward? So Thank you. I guess that's it for today. Tagarisa Panap, I don't like to make them too long, but next time we are going to come back. Another topic that I would like to come and discuss is Vana. How are we raising this? How are we managing to raise Havana, especially in the diaspora, kana kumusha kuti wherever we are? How are we raising these children? Nekuchinja kwaita nyika. How are we managing? Toda kushare my ideas as parents and single parenting, whoever is single parenting, we want to raise awareness of. Just going to share my ideas on how we can manage to get around kudila nevana vemazwano. It's different from the old days where you could have ambuya tete sit down nemwana. Tiri kumanager say kuraise avana, especially in the diaspora kune mitemo. Let's come back later and just announce whenever it is, we'll announce and we'll see when we can come back and just talk about it. And people, you are free to call in. There's even my ideas and stuff that they want me to share. Inbox me ideas of how to get started in businesses. But my businesses, I'll put a post so you guys can come and share your ideas. And be sure to stay in charge of your own life, because you are responsible for anything that has your name on it. Take care, guys. I can give 5 minutes to the next person who just wants to talk. Otherwise, would have to do some more things another day. Guys, take care and take charge, and we continue to keep it real. Narutendo Loveness Summers. I love you guys. Thank you.